Hi, hello, it's Anya. Good morning. Today I'm going to show you my desk, which I use for work and gaming and school and pretty much everything I do. For those of you who saw my room makeover tour video a few months ago, this table wasn't in it yet, so it's kinda new, relatively, maybe like 5 months ago, but I finally got it to where I'm pretty happy with it. Some things are still temporary, but this is what I have so far. So let's go. So let's begin with the most obvious things on my desk, which is probably my laptop. And this is a Lenovo Legion Y740. And if you want to know like the specs and everything of my monitor, laptop, mic and stuff, I will put that down in the description. So I do have a 2-monitor setup, and the monitor I'm using was just from Seth. He just like handed it down to me because he got a new one. And this is an old Workforce 60Hz Dell monitor mounted on a North Bayou monitor stand. Verbatim from Seth, because I didn't know what the heck this was called. I do have a little laptop stand under my laptop just so that I'm looking straight at my laptop and not looking down to not strain my back and neck. And under my second monitor, I have this little Marimo plant, which is basically just a moss ball. And you literally can't kill it. It's just in the water and it grows maybe like after a year. So all of these things are on my monitor riser. We just got a plank of wood cut and varnished, I think, and then we just bought a bunch of stands from Shopee, and yeah, we kind of DIY'd it, sort of. And on top of my coasters, I just have this tissue case sort of thing just to make it look cute. I just have tissue because, you know, sniffles and things, and when I cry in games because I suck sometimes. And then I also have a USB hub, and this is just double-sided taped to my desk so it doesn't move around. On the left side of my desk, I have a humidifier, and the usual scent I have is the Shangri-La scent, which basically just smells like the Shangri-La lobby. It really does smell like it. I love it. And next to that, I have my picture. And what takes up most of my desk is my desk mat, and this is made from zenithpads. I made this design in Photoshop and then I just sent it over and I got it printed. On top of my desk mat is my keyboard, which is the GK64 XS. I use its stock plate and case, and I have gateron browns as my switches, everglide panda stabs, and my keycaps are DSA PBT 9009. This keyboard is Bluetooth, but I just really like the look of coiled cables, so I got one for myself too. And to the right of my keyboard is my mouse, which is just the Logitech G604. And on the right hand side of my table, I have a headphone stand, which I also got off of Shopee, and my headphones at the moment are the JBL ones. Seth also handed these down to me. So I completely forgot to talk about the actual desk in the beginning. I honestly don't think they sell this anymore because I had this desk since I was maybe like a child, like a toddler, like 3 or 4. But what I really like about this desk is right under it, there is more storage, so I keep a lot of my stuff there just so it doesn't look so messy on my desk. So starting from the left again is my case for all of my cables. It has my extension cord, which everything is basically wired to, so it's just a single cord going down to the actual plug. Down here, I keep my school notebook, my journal, and my iPad sometimes just so it doesn't take up space on top. And I also have drawer organizers down here just so the small things don't get lost, like my cables or my smaller USBs, my remotes for my LED lights, stuff like that. Beside my drawer organizers, I have my audio interface, which is an Avid Fast Track Solo I got years and years ago. And next to that is my battery hub thing, the thing that charges all of my rechargeable batteries, because my mouse is battery charged and battery powered. I highly suggest, if you regularly use something that's battery powered, to get rechargeable batteries, because I just feel like I've saved so much more money and I'm not just using up a bunch of batteries, like also for my fairy lights or whatever battery powered things I have in the house. And the last thing on my actual desk is my boom arm that connects to my microphone, which is the Audio-Technica AT2020, and it also has a pop filter. So to personalize my desk, I have a grid on top just hanging, and it took me a really long time to get like a reasonably priced big grid, and I found one on Shopee. I'll try to link it if they're still selling it, because I know it's kind of hard to find an affordable one that's this big. So on my grid, I have a bunch of posters and prints from local artists and Shopee, and just things I've collected over the past few months. I have these attachable like drawer looking grid thingies just so I can put stuff on top of it on my grid. So on this I put my little container of D&D dice and my little amp for my uke, which I don't really use anymore, so I just thought it would be cute to display it. So right here I have my little Totoro and my little Otori-sama stuffies. When they're not here, I put my camera there sometimes if I like record my games and I'm using my camera with it. I also have this pink container thing. I don't know what you call it. They usually just like stick it on your wall with double-sided tape, but I decided to put it on my grid to add some color, and it just houses my bigger hard drives. Okay, now that like the middle area of the desk is done, I do have two carts, is that what you call it? Like those little cart organizer things on both sides of my desk. So I'll begin with the cart on the left side of my desk, which is basically like my arts and crafts and paint supplies. On the top level, I just have all of my paint, like the loose ones that come in packs, and I just put it all in this little beige container that's foldable and plastic, and it's very useful. I also have some dried flowers and actual plants that sit in either amber bottles or just repurposed solo bottles. On the middle level of this cart or trolley or whatever you want to call it is my tape. So the bigger tapes are just floating around there, but the smaller ones are in the stackable containers. These tape dispensers though can get pricey if you have a lot of tape and you can't fit a lot of them in one container. I used to have this acrylic drawer just for like my pens, but I repurposed it just to make it a container for my tapes as well. And on the bottom of my cart is just like all the uglier paint stuff, except my gouache. My gouache looks so pretty down here, but like my old like Tupperwares and rags and paintbrushes are down here just because they don't look very attractive to look at. So moving on to the cart on the other side of my desk, it also has a bunch of dried flowers in solo bottles, and this is basically my shop cart. For those of you who don't know, my shop was open last year at around September, and I'm working on putting up a Shopee store, so all of my products and like packaging and things like that stay in this cart. So I use these acrylic container thingies for all of my prints and stickers, and I have this on both the top tier and the middle tier. I think these are usually meant for makeup, but then, you know, it doesn't really matter. I also keep my pens, colored pencils, markers here in these like Muji looking containers. I don't know if they're actually Muji or if they're just like copies. I also have some more drawer organizers on this top tier just to keep all of my like smaller stickers that I stick on the packaging of my stuff. And on the side of my trolley are like these hanging containers. It just keeps whatever I feel like. Like sometimes I just shove things in there, but right now we have some glue and some scissors, like the bigger, bulkier tools that I need, I guess. On the second tier of my trolley, I just have some more prints and stickers in this acrylic case again. And I also have another like Muji pencil container, but this time it has like my tools for like keyboard stuff, like switch and keycap pullers and stuff like that. And on the bottom layer, I just have more packaging stuff, so like envelopes, the backing cards just to make sure prints don't like bend over, and also my stamps for my parcels. So I guess that's it. So that's what my desk looks like right now, and if you know me, it'll probably change in about 6 months again, but I really like how my desk functions for right now. I hope you took some inspiration or just like looking at my desk. Of course, usually it looks way messier than this. I cleaned it up for you guys. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. See you next time.